paper around. Wale hawajajaza against their names, just make sure you do. We have a roll call there. If you don't see your name, just write somewhere. Oh, there's someone. Oh, there's someone. Okay, so. Nangoja kusikia something. Nangoja kusikia, is it a clap or something? Ama ataniambia sijui. You okay? Okay. Nowadays we have writing materials on our phones, right? Wow. You're very lucky. Very lucky. Okay. Mr. Agri, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. And so we are here, and we also have, I want to believe, an online team, okay? And so let's just know we are bigger than we are, all right? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's a paper going around. Kindly sign against your name. We are taking a roll call. So if your name is not there, just write it. Oh. Okay, so good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you? Okay, it's exciting to be here. Good morning, online students. You're also welcome to join us this amazing morning for a session, one of many, okay? In fact, today, what I'm calling it, it's just series 1, okay? Out of so many series that we're going to have on empowering your future, okay? This is your future, all right? So you're here today, and we are looking at some years down the line. We want to empower your future, and we'll be looking at financial literacy and integrity. Why financial literacy and integrity? I want to believe, being people who fear God, right? We cannot just look at financial literacy and leave out integrity, okay? Integrity is very vital, okay, in a believer's life, and it has to also be applied in the area of financial literacy. Before we started, we had a discussion with a few of us, and I asked someone, can you have financial literacy without integrity? Can you have financial literacy without integrity? You can, right? Yes, yes, and we actually agreed. Yes, you can be financially literate, but have no integrity, all right? Can the vice versa be true? And lack financial literacy? Can you? Are you confident? You can. It's true. You can. Okay? You can have, you can lack integrity, okay, and have financial, okay, literacy, and the vice versa is true. Okay? You can lack financial literacy and have integrity. You can lack integrity and have financial literacy. So it's up to you to decide. Do you want to have financial literacy, carry it along with integrity, or do you want to stick on one side? Okay? And so today, as we continue, you're going to be making that choice for yourself so that you're going to integrate your values, your principles into everything that we'll be talking about when it comes to financial literacy. Okay? So are we ready to empower our future? Online, are we ready to empower our future? I think we all are. Okay? So before I begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Eva Wachira, the Financial Aid Counselor.
Sorry for interruption.
Sorry.
I know we are live.
It's okay.
I didn't receive the link so that I get you.
Oh.
I didn't receive.
Oh, you didn't receive it?
Yeah.
So which means I'm not online.
Yeah, you're probably not online. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Wait. So do I?
It's okay. You can pick it up again. We just send. But
Hold on. I might not have the
Wi-Fi.
for here.
Okay.
I think that's what is happening. Yeah, there's no internet.
Just go to media. This one. And just write media at team, capital M. Media at team. Team is capital T. At the other at for the.
Oh, sorry. Media.
At team, capital T.
This at.
Is that at? Yes. Then team, capital T. Capital T for team.
Sorry.
Can you show the password?
Yes.
Yeah.
Team.
And just like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think you probably will be connected. Thank you. So just send me a hand and I
Okay.
give you the link.
Apologies, and just like that, I have to start again. Okay, but it is well, okay? So good morning, students. And how are you? Okay, I'm fine, thank you. It's good to be here this amazing morning. Let me also say hi to our online students. Good morning, and I trust that you are well. We are excited to be going through this series with you, and so we shall be communicating on the subsequent series to come. We will not leave you behind. So welcome, online students. Feel free to plug in, chat with us on the link that you have, and I'll be looking at your questions, at your discussions online, and I'm sure we will be together, all right? So just an introduction. My name is Eva Wachira, the Financial Aid Counselor here at KAG East University. And I'm happy, okay, to be here with the students of KAG East University going through this series. We have about an hour, slightly less than an hour, but we'll be learning something about empowering your future. Indeed, that's all we are about right now, okay? Whatever future God has for you, how can we empower it, right? And so today I'm choosing the area of financial literacy and integrity. And this is the area we're going to be empowering ourselves in, you and me alike, okay? Remember, the area of financial literacy grows with, do I say seasons of life, right? Yeah, there's a time you were probably in high school and you are getting a little bit of pocket money, right? And of course, I wish we had those, we had these lessons in high school. So that even that 500, 300, we try to save it, isn't it? And so for now, you are in the next stage of learning or another level of learning where you're probably managing a bit more, right? And where you're moving towards, when you're done with school, you'll even be managing more. When you end up now getting a family, even more, all right? So financial literacy is really a journey. And so I'm keen to handle this journey with where we are right now. Right now we are students, right? Right? Maybe some of us even have businesses. Maybe some of us are working. And so it's going to be a very essential tool in your toolbox, okay, when it comes to your journey in the university. So I had asked this earlier, and allow me to ask it again. Do you have to be financially literate for you to have financial integrity, you know? And we agreed that. You can be financially literate and have no integrity, right? You can fail to have financial literacy and have integrity. Okay? Look at maybe your grandmother. You might find parents who never went to school. I had a grandmother who was illiterate, but indeed she brought up, I believe, 10 children, okay? 10 children, managed her money so well. I don't even think I've reached her level, you know? But was she financially literate? I want to believe she was. It's only that it wasn't probably written down on paper. She had her own traditional way of saving, investing, just her own way, okay? But in the recent times, we are looking at the savings, everything about financial planning, budgeting, we are looking at it under financial literacy. And we want to up our financial literacy by the day, okay? So that you get better and better with time and with the era and the age that we are going to. So when you look at integrity, I want to encourage you to look inwards towards your values, your principles, the ones you live by in life, because they touch on the decisions you make as you get financially literate, okay? We've gone through, we've seen how corruption can seep in, right? Into governments, into, let me even say families, but with integrity we can beat that, all right? So choose to be financially literate and choose to be a person of integrity. And so that's what we'll be looking at that today. It's just the first series of many that we'll be looking at, okay? I'm going to go through a little bit of what I plan to go through with you in the future, but today we'll just stay on the basics, okay? So you are welcome, feel welcome to our sessions and many other sessions to come after that. So indeed, we are laying the foundation for financial independence. Wouldn't we all want to be financially independent? We would all want to be financially independent, okay? So the session objectives, and this is in a wider perspective, okay? This is where we are going, of which today we'll expound on one objective, okay? So what I desire that we look at, even as we proceed down series 1, series 2, is to understand the basics of financial planning, which is what we'll be looking at today. Understand the basics of financial planning, okay? The next time we'll be looking at learning principles of financial integrity, okay? We will also explore common financial challenges faced by students. This indeed will come from you, all right? And so probably at this point, allow me to ask, how many of us have done the survey that I sent? Just raise your hands if you've done the survey. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the majority of us have not done. Have you seen it in your groups? No. No? Are we in the same group here? WhatsApp group? SBT. Is there anyone who's not in the SBT group? So what I want, please, the ones who've done it, raise your hands. Just raise your hands. Those who have not done it, look at who has raised their hands and ask them to forward it to you, okay? And as long as you have a school email, you can be able to access that, because that will inform me a lot about what we talk about exploring common financial challenges faced by students, okay? Navigating, we're going to look at how to navigate the HELB loan application process. Probably this, I should bring it to the next session that should be sooner, so that we can all apply for the HELB loan, okay? Know whether you're eligible to apply for the HELB loan before the deadline, okay? We have a deadline coming up on August 31st, and so we should have, let me say maybe even a mock application process here, you know, and let's see what we can do. Everyone, I want to believe as long as you are a university student, TVET, okay, courses as well, you're eligible to apply, okay, for the loan. A loan has to be taken with a lot of responsibility in mind. It's something that's going to be paid back, okay? Many years ago, I was helped by the loan, okay? And for sure, because it really helped me, I felt obligated to pay back. And I did pay back, okay? Now it's helping another student. So remember, when you choose to take a loan, also commit to repaying that loan, all right? And then we are going to discover practical tips to make the most of student finances and Q&A. This is going to take us maybe about 4 series for us to cover all this, okay? And hopefully in the shortest time possible. The first question I asked myself, why am I coming to talk about financial literacy and integrity? You know, and I wondered really, why does it matter? And then I realized, well, it's also a global issue, okay? Financial literacy, the lack of it is so huge, okay? And I just looked at it in terms of like students. But I imagine for us now, even in our status as parents, you know, we are in a place where we feel we are still financially illiterate at the level. You know, we're not at the level we are supposed to be, all right? And so it's a global issue, okay? And I want you to see just the statistics to inform the reason why what we are discussing today really matters. So why does financial literacy really matter, okay? The region, so there's a region percentage there of students struggling with financial planning, all right? We have the United States, 50% to 60% of students are struggling, right? That's in the West, what we want to call the developed countries, right? United Kingdom, 60 to 70%. Kenya, Africa, about 65%. Australia, 55%, China, 60%. So on average, across most regions, we have about 50 to 70% of university students, all right, struggle with financial planning, reflecting a global need for better financial literacy education, which is why we are here, all right? Particularly in budgeting, saving, debt management, and responsible spending. Is that true? Are those areas that you would want us to touch on eventually? Budgeting, right? Saving, debt management, and responsible spending. Is there something that is missing there? Probably investment, right? Yeah, areas that we will be touching. So financial literacy, it does matter. Yes, it does matter. Today we'll be looking at just the basics, but the basics are so important. For me, the basics are really laying the foundation. So I won't start from the top, okay? I'm really starting from the bottom, and that's what we'll be looking at today. And we are going at some point to be in groups of probably 2 or 3 where we can discuss, okay? Some questions that I will pose to you. And I will want you to spend time just discussing very openly. Be vulnerable so that you're able to grow, all right? Our online students, don't feel left out. Feel free to throw your discussions in the group, and we'll also involve you in our discussions. So how do you currently manage your money? Talk to someone next to you. How do you currently manage your money? And be very open. Just ask them, how do you manage your money? Yeah, just ask how. It's a dicey matter, but we will discuss it. Yeah, just discuss. 1 minute. How do you currently manage your money? And just be honest. It's okay. It's fine. 20 seconds. How do you currently manage your money? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Was it a good discussion? Did they share something? Let me have a member from each group, okay? Just say something. So there was a group here, I know. Share with us. Simon, how do you currently manage your money, or what did they share? Mm-hmm. Yes.
They just use money, they don't manage.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
And for me, nowadays,
Okay.
I don't save much,
Okay.
but I try to spend little, maybe in cooking. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
managing for me.
Cooking versus buying food?
Yeah.
Cooking versus, I know that's huge in universities, it's huge, and it saves a lot, right? Good, thank you, thank you. And thank you for being honest, okay? They just spend, okay, yeah,
Okay, as for us, I think we have discussed a lot.
okay.
Francis has told him that for him, he do budget himself when he gets money and buys whatever is necessary. But as the only point that he cannot control his budget, it's when he sees someone is in need, he will go even out of pocket to help that person. And as for me, I think I've said I'm trying to save, but I do struggle. I do save for a certain period of time, but I find myself using it
Okay.
on sometimes in unnecessary things. But I'm here to learn and unlearn also.
Okay, great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. And I would want us to pick the issue. So there's spending, there's the part for spending, there's the saving part, okay? And maybe we shall mention a few saving products. They're out there, even some that are very good for students, okay? So that the money is out of your hands. Because as long as it's here, Cynthia, as long as it's here, Cynthia. So what about getting somewhere, including apps that you have, M-Pesa, you know, you can throw in Ka50, so it's not near you. All right, thank you for sharing. Good, let us know, yeah.
Okay, we have discussed, sometimes it's not easy to save,
True,
but we try the little we get,
yes,
we try to save that.
yes.
And also you cannot just go to expand. We have got some various needs, but you cannot meet them at the same time. So we just use the little you have to meet some of your needs. And then that's all.
That's all. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Also, we have just discussed how we can try to save the little we get. I know it's not easy sometimes as students, but we just try to save.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, we've discussed with my friend Arnold, and how do you currently manage money? And it was something that was amazing when he said that sometimes when you're not careful, it's easy for money to manage you than you managing the money.
True.
And we've also discussed that we should now try to look for ways that, just as you said, keep the money off our hands so that we may not be tempted to maybe be spenders to just the little money that you get. You just give, you just look for something to do with, and the dangers of spending, as Arnold just has highlighted for me, is that as someone who's a spender who usually spends all his money, is that it comes a season whereby they enter into a lack season, whereby their financial state is like it's zero, it's down to the bottom. So to avoid that, let us invest, save, and although it's really hard, we'll try.
We
Yeah.
will. We'll add it to our university culture, right? Thank you. Thank you. There's some groups here that I also want to hear from. Yes, Herbert, go ahead.
Thank you so much, though it was supposed to be.
It's all right.
All things work together for our good.
Exactly. Thank you.
As for me,
Yeah.
I have a budget that I do each and every month. So if I'm in need of something, maybe I need to buy shoes for the next coming month. I have to write it down that the shoes, how much, maybe 3,000. I write 3,000. Then I wait at the end of the month. Once I get money like this, I just deduct that for shoes, and then I send the other, because each and every month I have to save to send to my MTN number for Uganda 1,000 each and every month.
Okay.
And then the other things that I can't explain.
All right. All right. Thank you. Don't we have something to learn from each other? We do, right? Good. I think we have 2 more groups to go. Yes, John. Go ahead, Melissa. Yes.
For us, we were talking about saving. For him, he says he puts money aside.
Okay.
And yeah, when he need, he takes it. But sometimes the flesh is weak, and then he takes it.
Okay.
For me, I like building a system, systems before the money comes. Let's say I know I'm getting an amount of money. I like budgeting for it so that when it comes, I know exactly where it needs to go.
Okay.
Because I've learned from my previous mistakes, still learning, I'm not
It's
perfect
okay.
in it.
It's all right. We all are.
That when I get money like this and I don't budget for it and I don't plan for it, I will spend all of it, and then I become the season of lacking
I
that
get you.
Derek
I
was
get
talking
you.
about. Yeah, so that's me.
Thank you for sharing. The integrity part, right? Yeah, the integrity part. All right.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh,
Don't
it's for
worry.
online.
Yes.
Besides being a student, because I am a parent, I am a wife, so I think my dynamics are something else. But the thing I have found that helps me is because I am running a business, and businesses are seasonal. Sometimes you have an influx of money and you're thinking, yay. And then we enter seasons where God help us.
Yes.
So I have learned to, in times of surplus, to develop a saving culture. And especially when money comes through M-Pesa and you look at your balance and you're thinking, Akit, I have a lot of money. And you know, when I think like that, then, you know, my needs also, there are things that crop from the woodworks. So I have learned to use M-Shwari, you know, so that I don't have money on my screen that tells me this is what I have. And, you know, I also manage, I don't, this Mtala, Mkesho, you know, you borrow this one to pay this one. I stay away from those things. And I know they are very enticing because they are not asking for my ID. They are not, I'm not going to a teller. So it's purely on my phone, and it can be very tempting to get it.
True.
So I have learned to steer clear from such, because eventually they will cripple me if I don't manage them very well.
It's true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's clap for each of us for participating in that exercise, okay? One of the reasons we do discussions is because you realize whether you're not alone, all right? So we are all struggling one way or another, okay? In her brackets, you know, when you have children, you have literally every coin has where it goes. And it's not that it's a bad place. There's so many good places that it has to go, you know? And so we have also a unique problem because there are seasons also in families. There are seasons when all kids are in school, you know, and so there's the part for, like, the budgeting has to be different. But she's mentioned something so good that we're going to come across towards the end, what to avoid, especially for you young people, okay? We have so many products out there that are enticing you, but they're not just enticing you to come and take them, but they are actually throwing you into a ditch, okay? And adding to you some very bad habits that if you just plant a seed, in another 5 years, you will find yourself being, let's say, like taking loans irresponsibly, you know, so you're taking this to pay this, taking that to pay that, okay? Being a counselor, okay, also on the other side, I have seen young people fall into the trap of quick money schemes, okay? You want to make money like right now, okay? And then you're like, you're into gambling. You didn't even know how you got in there, and you're struggling to get out. You're struggling to get out, okay? There are people who are smiling. I need a session. I need a session with some people there. I'm not even pointing. That they're smiling when I say that. Please do not, it's a bad trap. It is a bad trap, and we shall discuss about it, okay? All right, and so, how do we currently manage our money? We have discussed about that, and now what can you do, okay? You see, we don't want you to have that look. We don't want you to be frustrated because of money. We better start somewhere, all right? So whatever your level of frustration is today, can we just sweep it out and leave it out of the door, okay? Do not be so hard on yourself that, hey, I've not been a good saver, a good spender. We are beginning to lay a foundation, okay? Whether it was there before, if it wasn't there, it's fine. If it is there, okay, continue to build on that, all right? But we're going to start somewhere. As students of KAG East University, we are going to be good. We're going to be financially literate, and we are going to exercise integrity even with our finances, okay? And so today we'll just be answering that question of what can I do, okay? And we're going to go through some points that are going to help us discuss, okay? Some of the things you have talked about, but now we are going to discuss them in a very real way, okay? Yeah, so it's, I want to make sure that I'm not talking about things that are alien. We are actually here in the university, in this city, in Nairobi, okay? And so number one, you have to create and stick to a budget, okay? Just like we are looking at academics and we're saying create, in terms of academics, create and stick to a, in terms of academics, create and stick to a, academics, a plan, a learning plan, a timetable, right? A timetable, like in terms of academics. Cynthia, you want to achieve good grades. You have to plan your time. Cynthia, you have to create a timetable of how you study, what you need to study, at what time. Are you going to have group work? Are you going to study on your own, okay? What time best works for you? We have morning people, we have night people, you know? If you study at night, do you get it right? The same with finances. Okay, you have to create and stick to a budget. For some of us, the budget is very, it's very, what can I say? It's very, not detailed. Okay, it's detailed, but it's the same, you know? So if you're paying for house, electricity, that's what happens every month, you know, every month, okay? What changes is maybe if you have a bit more, you might add a bit of leisure, you know, to your budget. But right now, it's very tight, you know? But whatever the budget is, if for you as a student, your budget involves meals, right? The hostel, where you sleep, what else is in your budget as a student? You have your meals, upkeep, clothing, what else? Transport, good. What else as a student? Good. Thank you. Offering, true. Offering tithe, ministry, money to go into ministry, good. Do you have money to go into charity also? Giving, not as in tithe or offering, but you know. I did. Say that again. Sorry. Say that again. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever. Yeah. Sundar. Yeah. Our online students. So, what will be in your budget? Okay, as a student. All right. So create and stick to a budget. All right. Whatever it is, create and stick to a budget. So budgeting will give you control over your finances. There's someone who mentioned your finances can either control you or it's one of the two. Will you give them a chance to be your master? Okay, I think God has given us the wisdom, the brilliance, okay? We can actually control that, right? Let's not allow ourselves to get out of control. Let not our finances control us. So how do you do this? List all your sources of income. As students, where do your sources of income come from? For example, your source of income, whatever you have, the monies you have. Work study? Yeah, it is a source of income. But then let's stay real here, okay? Your source of income, parents, good. Parents, work study. Pardon? Well-wishers, thank you. Well-wishers, yes. And they're a huge part, by the way, of our learning. It's fine. Well-wishers, good. Business, You might be running a business and you get some monies, true. Ministry, thank you, huge. Ministry supporting you, okay. Siblings, exactly. Siblings, thank you. Okay, all these are sources of income. Let me tell you, whether it's 100 bob, your brother, your sister sent to you, it's a source of income, okay? And so you have to manage it. So sit down and be very real about where your sources of income come from, okay? Just write them down. List all of them. Help is also part of a source of income. Parents, okay? Side hustles, we have mentioned, scholarship, etc., okay? Including friends, okay? I know siblings who have helped each other learn. Wewe soma, nikulipie, nifanye kazi, usome, and then ukimaliza, ufanye kazi, mimi nisome. And that's how they have helped each other because they didn't have parents who could help them. So yes, your siblings can be a source of income. So list all of them, one side. Then list all your expenses, okay? List all your expenses. Rent, food, everything, transport, you list all of your expenses. One of the things that I will tell you as a counselor is have some self-regulation, okay? We already know someone who loves shoes here, we do, shoes, someone who loves shoes. We know people who love shoes. Regulate. Okay, you're a student, you might not be going so far or too many places, right? But have just enough. Okay, learn to stay within just what you need. Just what you need. Categorize now, okay? Categorize what you have into needs, wants, and savings, okay? At the place of needs and wants, we can differ, okay? But then my need might not be yours, okay? What's a want to me probably sometimes, okay, might be a need to you, okay? It might differ, but here, when we are looking at needs, let's define it as this one I must have. I need to eat, food I must have. I need to pay my fees, okay? Tuition I must have, otherwise the portal will be closed on me, right? So that's a must have, right? So use the must have to define your need, a must. If it's not a must, you can survive with it, drop it to a want, okay? That's just a want. A want is nice to have, okay? It's nice to have, but you know what? You can live without it. Oh, well, you don't have to have it, okay? And if you weigh and tell yourself, oh, well, you know what? This movie ticket, I don't have to go for a movie. I could probably seminar or do a short course, something, you know. make sure you choose, even amongst the wants, okay? Which one would add value to you, okay? And then savings, when you have something coming in. This is especially for those who are in business, but let me not say even those who are in business. When you've done some good savings, also treat yourself a little bit. Remember, there's something in the savings that's for you, okay? What I might just say is, don't treat yourself every weekend, okay? Save up, and then reward yourself. Wow, I've saved that whole year. Make sure December, you treat yourself to something. For the savings that I've done, I'll pick out something from there and take myself out, okay? Not just myself, take your girlfriend out, take someone you love out, mom out, do something, okay? All right. So there is a place for rewarding yourself for the effort, okay? All right, and then down there, I want you to write down these tools because I want you to go research, okay? Make sure you know what they are. Use a notebook, that's what you're using right now. You can do it the traditional way. Google Sheets, also very good, just like you would use an Excel sheet. But Google Sheet is good because as it actively, changes as you adjust, right? And then apps like Moneyfy, okay? I want you to go look it up. We would have gone through it a little bit. It's there, here in Kenya it is. It is accessible. Money Wallet, we know the wallet. Wallet like what? M-Pesa? Yes, okay. Or Excel, okay. Just go look at those. Pick one, okay? Pick one and pick someone who you'll be accountable for. If you've picked Moneyfy, start throwing something in there, maybe something small, but pick something as a student. And just see what even what difference a few weeks can make, okay? So one, create and stick to a budget. So there's a create and stick. Those are two things that have to go together. Practice smart spending. Again, we are right here in our very own campus right here, okay? Every shilling saved is a step closer to financial freedom. Every what? Okay, so we will not despise a shilling. It's 1 shilling, 2 shillings, 3 shillings, maybe even 10 shillings. Every shilling saved is a step closer to financial freedom, okay? So how? Track spending daily or weekly to spot waste, all right? Make sure you're tracking. Sometimes if you're like me, people who like passing by a small shop, unachukua tropical, leo ya 10 bob, kesho, and then you realize, oh God, wait, by the, and so you come with the tropical and you're like, shika, you share, and then the next day again some more, and then you realize at the end of the week, wait a minute, it's only tropical. I've used quite some shillings there, and so I must track my spending. Buy in bulk with friends or housemates. Okay, is that something you do here sometimes? Do you cook together as a group sometimes? Cindy? And so maybe one of these days, because of time I won't go into details, but I'd like to sit down with some students, just have a happy conversation where I'd want to understand how do you plan then together. So wewe nunua mchele, wewe unga ya ugali. I don't know how you do it in the rooms, but I know it saves money, doesn't it? Okay, buy in bulk with friends or housemates. These are skills that you'll use even outside of school. Use student discounts and free campus resources if they're there. For example, Wi-Fi. Okay, don't we buy bundles? Do we buy bundles? We have Wi-Fi, right? Okay, all right. So anything that is free on campus that you could use as a resource, use it. You'll save a coin or two. But let me take it even a step higher. So there's someone outside campus who does not have that Wi-Fi and has to buy bundles. Is that 20 bob? Or like 40 bob a day, right? So you are saving how much by using campus Wi-Fi? How much are you saving by using campus Wi-Fi? You're not having to buy bundles during the day. Can that money go into savings? Can that 50 bob go into savings? Like that little bit like that. You get? If you have some free resources in campus, see what you're saving and throw it into savings. Okay? Ask yourself, what's the free resource I'm getting here? What am I saving from getting that free resource as opposed to me being out there and spending that? Save that money. Pick it up and save it, okay? Then avoid emergency borrowing for non-emergencies. Emergencies happen. It's okay to borrow, and I always encourage people, never feel ashamed when you're borrowing for the right reasons. It's okay to borrow, okay? We all have those seasons. It's okay to borrow, all right? But for non-emergencies, don't be in the habit of doing that, all right? Number 3, I want you to save regularly. This is what we are going for, okay? This is like, you know the way the lion goes for its prey, right? This is our kill, saving regularly, okay? Let's not wait for, I'll save when I start earning big monies. Save, the best saving is done now. When you're saving that 30 bob, that 50 bob, that 100, probably every week, every 2 weeks, okay? So begin saving, all right? Set a weekly, monthly savings goal, no matter how small. I'm insisting on that, no matter how small. Don't laugh at yourself when you say, let me save this 10 bob. It's a 10 bob. It is a foundation, okay, to something, all right? So join a circle. Do we have a circle here? How many have been to our circle offices? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, good. Have you been there to ask how you can save with them? You have, no, but you know where they are, okay? I want to challenge you to walk into the circle offices. They have some very affordable products for you students, okay? Yeah, even if it's saving 100 a day, there's something, okay? It's only that the circle, you cannot pull out the money like a bank, okay? So it's it's staying there for you to build, you know, that account to build it, okay? So that probably in the future you can take a loan, okay? That's probably 3 times that amount, and it will help you start a business, okay? So if you begin saving at the beginning of your, let's say, first semester in campus, by the time you're finishing however many years you're here in the university, how much do you think you'll have saved in the circle? Something substantial to start you off somewhere, right? Pale tunaendanga kwa ule anko, and I'm guilty of that, hautaenda. Because ulikuwa unaweka kakitu kwa sako, unajua by the time I'm done, 4 years, 2 years, whatever you're doing, you know, I'll have saved ka 50 bob every 2 days, every day. If you add that up, that's a lot of money. You get? Let's go that small, but trust me, we are setting up ourselves to build something big. Chama is associated with women. Do men have chamas? Yes. You do? I'd want you to challenge yourselves, even as students, to have chamas. It's but it works so well if you're students who trust each other, try save some monies, put them aside, but that's also a good place to put money aside. But please don't eat someone's money. Okay? Don't. If you choose to have a chama amongst yourselves, kindly take it with a lot of responsibility, especially if you're leading that, okay? Yeah, keep the money responsibly for the other students so that when it's time to probably divide, you know, what you have put together, let it be then the right amount, all right? So join a circle, chama, or use mobile banking savings products. I want to believe every student here has an account with a bank. Do we? Yeah. Or no? Oh, some have, some don't have. Okay, I'd want to challenge you to walk into whatever bank that you bank with, okay? You'll be surprised the products they have for students. Okay, just ask them the student products that they have. You're a university student, what product do you have for me to save? There's so many avenues for you to save, okay? There's M-Shwari, you mentioned M-Shwari, a very good product, affordable for us, for everyone. Okay, there's KCB M-Pesa, all right? You'll realize by these products are just at the reach of your hands, so please go for them. Automate savings if possible, okay? So that unatuma hapa, imeenda hapa, it's gone. You don't have to walk somewhere, you know, to deposit the money, all right? A tip, treat saving like a non-negotiable expense. We are not negotiating. I had to negotiate. Okay? So if you purpose to save like 500 a month, don't negotiate with that. Okay? So look at 500 times probably 12 in a year. What you'll have saved every month for a year. Okay? And you're like, I'm not negotiating. By the end of the year, I'll have saved this amount of money. Okay, so look at it as that, all right? And then we also have, this is the part for the help. I do not know how help comes to you. In my days, I could receive a bit for tuition and then a certain amount, I think it was like 8,000 shillings for upkeep. Do you people get upkeep from help? Or does it all go to tuition for those who get help? For those who receive help, or maybe for the students that you may know that receive help, do they receive upkeep from help or just tuition money? It's just, oh, there's also an upkeep. That goes to the account that now you manage, right? I get you, I get you. So there's a place for using help wisely, okay? Most of it goes to tuition, for sure. But there's part of it that's for upkeep. I remember in my time, it was the money that was used to pay for my accommodation. So my parents knew they're just looking for tuition, but accommodation and a little bit of food was from help. And that's how I survived, you know? That's how I survived. So it's a loan with long-term consequences. How? Use help for tuition, accommodation, books, not parties or fashion. Not parties or fashion. Use help wisely. Okay, it's a loan. It's just for a while. Parties and fashion will come after you have finished, you've graduated, you know, and God has blessed you, okay, with something to do with your hands. Okay, then now you can have the parties. Now you can dress the way you want. Make a spending plan when help disburses, okay? So when the funds come for help, you know this is the amount help has disbursed. This has gone to tuition, but this that is left, this is how I'm planning for it, okay? Avoid lending out help cash to friends. There are those who wanapata pesa ya help wanajua tumefika, guys, tumefika, imefika, you know, okay? I want us to be students who have integrity and are responsible enough, okay, to also, that help. Yesterday I wasn't able to join you in the service. I love the service. I wasn't able to join you in the service. I had gone to the help offices and I had the opportunity to actually see the cases that come of students, you know, who come to the help offices to ask, why was I probably given just a small amount and I applied for this amount, you know? And so they look at your records na wanaona wanasema, oh, si wewe kwenye uko na stima, wacha tusaidie ule hana stima. You know, wewe uko na maji, wacha tusaidie ule mwenye anaenda kuchota maji mbali, you know? And it's very interesting the way they argue the cases. What am I saying? Coming across that help loan is not guaranteed. Don't take it for granted. I saw students coming almost crying there, anajitetea kabisa, I really, nipatieni tu. You know, just help me. It is not easy to come across that loan. When you sit with them, when I realize even help, the way they source the monies, you know, to give to give you people as loans, it's a process. So now saying this batch, their money haijatoka. We don't know when we'll give it to them. It's not easy for that money to come by. So if you're a recipient of help, okay, don't take it for granted. Use it wisely, all right? Are we together on that? Is there any question up to there? Because the rest will just move quickly. Any question up to there? As you think about a question, let me bring in something that I learned that I needed to tell you coming from help. Are we all Bible and theology students? We all are. Have we applied for help? Do we know whether we are eligible to apply for help? Okay. And so we have degree students here, right? So at degree level, you are eligible to apply for help. Okay? as long as you finished high school within 6 years. Okay, 6 years ago, kukuja mbele, but not nyuma. You're eligible to apply for help. Okay, I've come across a number of Bible and theology students, and they kind of feel like, I think our course is not help. Iyo na help hazipatani, zinapatana. Okay, so don't count yourself out. Kujeni, let's have some discussions for those who feel it might help. All right, it's a place that has helped a lot of students. It can help you too. All right, so if you fall under that category, you finished high school at least not more than 6 years ago, okay, and you're doing a degree program, you're eligible to apply for a loan from HELP. All right, is that clear? Anybody with a question? A burning question, idea, comment, something? Online students, you can also chat us, so we are here. Yeah. Yes. Yes, kindly.
I want to basically start with the thing for Kele. As I know, those things for loan, they can turn up to be a burden again on you.
True.
So, my question is, like, can an applicant suit their terms and conditions, because they are also following various terms and conditions? For instance, if one is borrowing 10,000 from them, then we have to know what amount of money is are they going to be bringing back in return, and then the interests maybe.
Okay, okay. A very good question. You come from Uganda? Do you have help in Uganda? I'm curious.
No, we have microfinance.
And it helps in the school system, education?
It helps, still it becomes a burden.
Okay, okay. Do you have any government funding for students in Uganda?
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. Interesting. That's a very good question. HELP has changed the system in the last few years or so. Okay, the system we used to use, the old system that we used to use, is not the one that we're using right now. So there are a lot of transition hiccups, but I think they're doing a really good job. What probably is not being done enough is a sensitization. You know, letting students understand, okay, so which model do I fall? Which bracket do I fall in? You know, are you giving me these funds according to the old model, and why? You know, are you giving me these funds according to the new model, and why? Okay, so maybe to your question, for now, HELP has just like a flat rate. You know, they will give you either 40 to 60%, you know, of the fees of where you're studying, you know, that amount. Okay, so 40 to 60, maybe our fees for degree is 58,000, is it? Per semester, right? So I want to believe they just have a standard percentage, okay, that they're giving all the students. That's the most recent. It's not, it doesn't vary, okay? But the interesting thing is, prior to that decision, I cannot tell when they made that decision, but prior to that, they're all just looking at case-to-case basis. You know, where have you come from? What's the need? You know, the income of your family, maybe your siblings, the challenges that the family faces, you know, and then also depending on maybe where you're coming from, is it an area that maybe people are so needy? They will look at a case-to-case basis, okay? Bunch you together, maybe some bunch you together, okay? And make sure that the very needy cases, okay, are handled first, or they're given more priority and more money, okay? I think if I want to believe right from the discussion we had, slowly that will be phased out to just a standard. This is the school you are in, this is your fees, 40 to 60%, okay? I want to prepare a session where we can answer all those questions on HELP, okay? And that is why I sent the survey. You remember the survey that I was talking about? It's because I've realized there's such a need for you to understand what HELP offers. Even if possible, we bring in a HELP expert, right? from within now, wale wanaona kutoka ndani, si ndio? They come and tell us this is what we should do, or this is what we are looking at as help, you know, so that when you're applying, you know, okay, I think I'll be considered for this amount of loan, okay? So when it comes to the interest rate and all that, allow me to put a package together and bring it to you, okay? So that we have everything right as per today, okay? But thank you so much for asking that. HELB, they're doing a great job, but I know we need to have that awareness of exactly what you're asking about. And I will be throwing information in your groups concerning that. Whenever some information comes up, I throw it in the groups, okay? Yeah, to sensitize you. Thank you so much. Any other question? Any other question? Trying to see whether online we have questions. So if there's a question, I'm sure someone will inform me. All right. So HELB is just one area, okay, of the incomes that we get. So I'd love that we understand this government funding, because I know it has helped people for so many years. It helped me. It's now helping my children, you see? So I know it's something that we need to discuss about. So the other pointers that we'll be looking at today, number 5, we have find or create income opportunities, okay? Extra income relieves pressure and builds independence. How many of us believe they can make extra income on campus? Of course, of course. You can actually make extra income on campus. I really wish we could even talk to ex-candidates about these ideas. You know, you can actually make extra income on campus in so many different ways. And let's see what we have. Options, we have on-campus jobs. I think someone mentioned work study, yes, on-campus jobs. Work study, library, computer lab, tutoring for those who are maybe at a higher level and maybe you're doing degree and you can tutor, certificate. You know, those opportunities are there, okay? Side hustles, photography, hair braiding, okay? Writing, transcription. What other businesses are in school? What businesses are here for your colleagues here? I just wrote a few. Down there I have selling snacks, offer laundry services, hairdresser, resell thrifted clothes. Tell me what businesses are amongst you here. I think from some students I know here, design graphics, you can actually do that if you're gifted in that, right? You can look for clients who you can do some graphics for and get paid for it, right? What else? Oh, online writing, awesome. Online writing, great. Tuchanuane, don't hide with your gift apple and you're making some money. Cynthia? Something, William, karibu sir.
Thank you. Oh, there is something I always see Melissa doing.
Yes.
What do we call online trading?
Oh, online trading, forex trading? Oh, you see. Thank you. And that's what we need. We need that. Forex trading, you know, from the experts. Melissa, sorry, you busted. We love you. But yes, people do forex trading, right? I know we have to be very cautious with that. So probably if she's explored that area, she can tell you the genuine trading sites, right? Yeah, please do share. Good. Thank you for that. Who else? Business here in school? Do we sell products here in school? Shoes, jackets? Oh, he's a jacket seller? Ah, now that makes sense. Exactly. So, hold on. William and you are? There must be something you do. How do you meet these trades, these people? But anyway, thank you so much. But those are businesses that you can do, okay? And please do not despise any business, even as small as buying some sweets in the supermarket and coming selling them at a shilling or two more. Okay? Just try. Remember, it does not define who you eventually will be. It doesn't. Okay? If you listen to a lot of maybe CEOs, especially in the West, people who've led or are leading very big companies, they'll tell you at 18, at 19, at 20, I was doing a warehouse job. I don't know when I was, serving. I was like, it didn't. The mindset you go with into that business is what matters. You're selling sweets to probably raise some money for your fees. When that is gone, you enter another phase. True? And guess what? You'll have gained some business skills, some communication skills, some social skills. You have gained so much in that small business. Then probably even the trust that you built at that time is the one you carry on after you're out of school. Your clients who were there, they're like, I want to do business with you. You carry them on. There is so much to that little business, okay? And then we are going to look at the areas to avoid. I think I touched on this a little bit. So avoid debts you don't need. Okay? If there's anything the enemy comes to steal, it's here. Okay? So I want you to look at these traps. So why do we do this? Unplanned debt traps. Unplanned debt traps students in long-term stress. Okay? You're always carrying something in your mind that, oh my God, I need to pay so-and-so, I need to pay so-and-so, okay? Avoid mobile loans. Fuliza, Tala, Branch, they're there. They're there. I told you we are right at the heart of campus. Okay, these mobile loans, okay, are a trap. Let's call them as they are. Yeah. Okay? All right? Avoid gambling and betting apps. Flee from them. Quick money. Quick money. Flee from them, okay? Let me tell you, that quick money, as fast as it comes, it will go that fast. Okay? You don't have to learn your lesson. All right? Just avoid it because you've attended this. All right. Buying on credit without a repayment plan. Dangerous. Done responsibly, it can help, okay? But whenever you want to buy something on credit, always have a plan on how to repay it. And you're buying it on credit because you really know that this item I need, okay? And then, those are things to avoid, especially as students. I was focusing on university students, okay? And I know for us, like mom there, being a student and mom, it's like double pressure. You avoid the traps here and the traps outside, you know? Yeah, there's so much out there that wants to swallow you alive. So we have to take care of ourselves. Then number 7, plan for emergencies, okay? Why do you plan for emergencies? Life is unpredictable. We are people of faith. We believe in God, okay? But we don't live carelessly, right? So life can be unpredictable. Have a small emergency fund. Put a 500, 1,000 somewhere. Forget about it. But whenever you have to pull it out, please do, okay? It's like an emergency fund. Today you're buying 1,000 emergency fund. Tomorrow you're keeping something very good, okay? A good amount as an emergency fund. It's a character that you're building to always have as part of your savings an emergency fund, okay? So keep a list of trusted people or services to turn to, okay? You need 1 or 2 people you can turn to in case things are not going the right way for you, all right? Talking about people, stay financially accountable. Why? Peer pressure and poor habits thrive in secrecy. And don't they? Not just financially, right? In every area of our lives. If you choose you want to keep a certain behavior a secret, trust me, the enemy is just dancing right next to you. A bad behavior, okay? Stay financially accountable. So allow for someone to be in your life who can ask you, hey, what are you up to? And you can share, all right? How discuss money goals with a friend you trust. Unfortunately, the discussion around money is not something we do very well, even in our families. We meet for every other thing, but imagine meeting with your brother, we are coming to discuss. This lunch dates, we're discussing about money. How many times does that happen? Almost none, rarely. We have learned that the place of money is so private. Why? And I understand. People will judge you. Unfortunately, we are in a world where maybe I look at you because of money. Unless God has worked on you and you're like, that's not how to look at people. Most people will do that. They will judge you with the way you look, the way you dress, maybe the shoe you wear, you know. All right? But when you rise above and when you mature spiritually, you realize that's not a way to live. Okay? A young child might come here, and that child is carrying a lot. You know, I'd better not look at them like a child. Okay? And so just know that it will be good for us as students here at KAG East University to create spaces where we discuss about money. Okay? Have friends you're comfortable with. Okay? And when you spend badly, waambie, manze, that week nimetrip kabisa, nimeisha. You know? Maybe you made a bad mistake. You lost money. How many of us saw something on social media the other day of the way people are scammed at Luthuli buying TVs? How many have been scammed like that? Right? You've been scammed? Have you shared with someone? There's a scam story there. So if you know your John's, kindly learn a lesson. Learn a lesson from John, all right? Make it a discussion, help people understand, and trust me, you won't also carry the pain, all right? Share money goals. Share your spending with someone. It's okay, all right? Share your spending with someone. Join a student financial group or peer savings club. Peer savings club is just like a chama for students, okay? And then seek help early from financial aid counselors, okay? My office, yes, I might be talking about scholarships, I might be talking about help, bursaries, and all those things, okay? But I'm also for the small ideas. Come and tell me, Eva, maybe if we did 1, 2, 3 in partnership with QuickMart. Students of KG can get, you know, products a bit cheaper. You get. And bring those ideas, you know, because it's all about where do we save that coin, okay? And eventually as the office grows, do you know if we are able to have some buffer somewhere, we can help students. We can help the next missionaries, right? Yeah. So there's a need for us to be financially accountable, all right? And then number 9, maintain financial integrity. We'll be expounding on this the next time. Yes, I want to believe it's the next time. We'll be expounding on this, but why should you maintain financial integrity? Being honest with yourself and in the institution builds long-term trust, okay? We need to trust one another, right? Trust is huge, and trust broken is also very hard to bring it back. So how? Be truthful in scholarship and loan applications. Be truthful, okay? When you're applying for those HELB loans, for a scholarship somewhere, you've found an organization that can sponsor you, be truthful. Because by the time you're getting sponsorship or you're asking for a scholarship, you need it, right? You know where the shoe hurts the most. You need it. So give true details, okay? Don't fake documents or misuse school bursaries, all right? Don't fake documents or misuse school bursaries. And then return excess funds if you no longer qualify, okay? Return excess funds if you no longer qualify. Another thing I would probably add, and this is from experience, what I've seen, do your own applications, okay? Use your own details. Don't use someone else's details. It will catch up with you. Okay, use your credentials. And if at all there's somewhere that you do not know what to use, or if it's okay to use a birth certificate or to use your index number, your student number, just inquire. It's better I send you to like the help office to inquire than ujaribu kufanya vitu zako. You get? Yeah. One slight mistake can really cost you. And finally, number 10, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Guess what? You are the best. Before today, I want to believe we had assets that were best for us. A system. Maybe some of you have the system in the room. System, ulinunua how much? This is the asset I have. You know? Someone else's best asset is what? A what? Shoes. Shoes? Yeah. Yeah. Who else? Sama William. You know, a TV set. I mean, do you know we look at assets outside of ourselves? We don't see ourselves as assets. Today, if there's anything I want to leave you with, as a student here at KAG East University, you are the best assets. Now begin investing in the best asset. You are a living, breathing, walking asset. Invest in yourself. How do you invest in yourself? Read, okay? Buy books. In a way, add value to this asset, okay? Attend career talks like you're here today. Thank you for coming. You have added value to yourself. You've considered yourself the best asset. Take free online courses, okay? Look for what you want to learn and check whether there is an online course that you can do, okay? We have apps like, or programs like Udemy. You've heard of Udemy? That has very good courses, okay? Just add value to yourself. Learn financial literacy early. It pays lifelong dividends. Learn financial literacy early. It pays lifelong dividends. Okay? I'm guilty of that, not having learned financial literacy early. Like, you know, the wishes that I have, like, I'm like, hi, I wish I was your age. When I was being told this, you know, but I can't turn back time. I can only do the best with the time I have, okay? I can only begin considering myself as an asset and add value, you know, and push forward, okay? So no regrets, but we push forward, all right? So invest in yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, our online viewers. Thank you for joining us. We want to appreciate the time you have been here with us. There are some questions online. Allow me to just read them, right? And because we are here as students, as scholars, we shall answer, right? Let's just give them a bit of time, just a few minutes. So thank you so much for that question. I can see it. So how can I practice sacrificial giving in a way that honors God while still maintaining wise financial stewardship and long-term stability? That had come up somewhere in the beginning, right? Also giving, right? As part of how we manage our money, right? There's a giving part. So we have a question here. So how can I practice sacrificial giving in a way that honors God while still maintaining wise financial stewardship and long-term stability? Okay, I won't answer it in such a big way. As we are planning our income you know, where our income is coming from, our expenses, put it as part of your expenses. Sacrificial giving, it will be there. You know, I can have this amount of money as part of my giving outside, okay, of even the other expenses, okay? And I want to believe it's a very good question, because we cannot fail to give. Our blessing also comes from that giving, all right? So there is indeed a part for giving, true? And so let's put it down as also part of our quote-unquote expenses. Let's add it there. Whatever percentage it is maybe of your income, whatever monies that you have, it's for giving. You know that much is for giving, okay? And then one other question, how can I handle the tension between being spirit-led in giving and staying faithful to a financial plan? Wow, wow. Good questions, right? Yeah, how can I handle the tension between being spirit-led in giving and staying faithful to a financial plan? Here's what I would say to that, and I'm very open to other opinions, okay? I want to believe a financial plan, in the way it is, has to also be spirit-led, led of God. You know, like you have also asked the Holy Spirit to help you lay down a financial plan, okay, towards whatever goal that you have, okay? And so that for me will reduce the tension, you know, because I'm allowing this process for me to be spirit-led from the word go to the very end, okay? And so there's no part for this part is spirit-led, this part is not spirit-led. All of it is spirit-led. What does it mean? Then we have to be in a place of prayer, also asking God to help us grow in financial literacy, okay? Beyond the wisdom of man, beyond what I can bring to you, beyond what we can discuss, we need our Heavenly Father to give us such wisdom, okay? To come up with many M-Pesa ideas that have not been seen, that have not been created before by any man. Yes, to come from you, right? That in your day there'll be an app that does tata, 1, 2, 3. You know? Yes, it's possible, all right? Does anyone feel like they want to add to our online question?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I don't want to add to a question. I want to add to what you said.
Okay.
Because I think I understand where the person is coming from.
Okay.
Because I'm adding the two questions.
Yes.
How do I know when to... I think when to say no when it comes to giving.
It's true. Yes.
And the aspect of spirit-led then comes in because we have people who will twist, who will coerce you to give beyond what you have. And so then that calls for wisdom, so that I know if out of prayer, having prayed, I have heard the Lord and my own personal wisdom, because I'm also wise, that I can only afford to give 3,000 bob in a month. Doesn't matter the situation, because of what I have.
Yes.
Then I'm going to stick to it. Sticking to that 3,000 bob a month is wisdom, as opposed to being coerced and now you're borrowing to give, and then you come and term it as, you know, I was pushed.
Yes.
The Spirit does not do those things. So I think then the tension that the person writing is talking about would be probably coming from there, to understand, when I say that, how do I know, how do I deal with the tension? How do I even know where this tension is coming from?
Okay.
Because then it's easier for me to address it when I know where it's coming from. If it's coming from coercion, if it's coming from twisting, then I should be able to know that there are people who will do that to get my money.
Yes.
And then I should be able to say no. That in itself, saying no is wisdom enough.
Yes, yes. I have given my threshold, which was 3,000, and that's it for that month. the next month I'll have something else to give. Great. Thank you so much. Let's clap for her. Yes. And so with that, our online viewers and students here, thank you so much for attending this session. It's just series 1 of a number of series that we're going to have. And we're going to be exploring things that affect us in the university. And so I'll be having a lot of interaction with you students. And our interaction will be helping me find out what is really ailing, you know, so that when we are here, we talk about real stuff. Every session will have to be impactful, okay? So thank you for attending, thank you for coming. I want to believe we will be seeing each other. We agreed on the day Tuesday, right? Between 11:30 and 1.5 hours, all right? For now, I cannot confirm. It might be bi-weekly, but if we can have it weekly, probably so that we can cover a bit of ground before you close. I'll also try see if we can do that, okay? God bless you so much. May He keep you. May He shine His face towards you and give you such abundant peace. In Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Thank you so much. You are released to go for lunch. I've eaten into your lunch hour. Yeah. Thank you. You want to say something? Okay. He knows the definition of released. You're free to go. God bless you so much. All right.